The NVUSD Board of Education is holding a regular board meeting tonight, and we invite participation either remotely or in person. Directions on how to participate via Zoom are available at nvusd.org/board. The open session part of the meeting will begin at around 7 p.m. Public comment on closed session items. Before going into closed session, the board is available for public comment on closed session agenda items. Ms. Green, do we have any public comment on closed session agenda items?
There is no public comment on closed session items.
Thank you. Seeing that there are none, the board will now adjourn into closed session. Good evening. My name is Cindy Water, and this is the Napa Valley Unified School District Board of Education. The NVUSD Board of Education is holding a regular board meeting tonight, and we invite participation, either remotely or in person. Directions on how to participate via Zoom are available at nvusd.org/board. And interpretation in Spanish is available for tonight's virtual board meeting. Our interpreters are Francisco Mesa and Isidra Mencos. One of the interpreters will now translate the directions on our English channel so our Spanish-speaking families may hear the instructions.
Sí, buenas noches. Esta es una reunión de la Junta de Educación del Distrito Escolar Unificado del Valle de Napa. La reunión de hoy va a tener servicios de interpretación en español. Para poder acceder al canal de la interpretación, en un momento van a ver en la parte baja de su pantalla en Zoom el símbolo del globo terráqueo. Por favor, hagan clic ahí, bajo Language Interpretation, o sea, interpretación de idioma, y ahí elija Spanish o español. Si está en Zoom, en su celular, busquen 3 puntitos que dicen More o más en la pantalla de Zoom y haga clic ahí para activar la función de la interpretación en español. Gracias. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we please start with an attendance roll call from Vera Morales, Executive Assistant?
Yes. Student Board Member Graydon?
Present.
Trustee Water?
Present.
Trustee Reiser?
Present.
Trustee Shu?
Present.
Trustee Gracia?
Present.
Trustee Jankowicz?
Present.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares?
Present?
Quorum present. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you all for joining us tonight for our NVUSD board meeting. E1, report on closed session. Trustee Chu, do you have a report on closed session agenda items?
There is nothing to report from closed session.
Thank you. And E2, that's the flag salute, and I think we will have our new student board trustee, Riley Graydon, do the flag salute. Thank you. E3 announcement, this meeting is live streamed and recorded via Zoom and will be archived on the district YouTube channel. For a detailed review of any meeting agenda item, the archive video can be referenced on the district's webpage at nvusd.org. The process for public comment can also be found on the district's webpage. Let's see. And E4 is approval of agenda.
Move to approve.
Second.
We've got a motion by Trustee Gracia, a second by Trustee Jankowicz, and let's see, all in favor? Aye. Thank you. And ask the student trustee. Okay. And let's see, E5, approval of minutes, but there are no minutes to approve. And E6 is recognition of visitors and employee organizations. Dr. Massetti, do we have any visitors in attendance?
Thank you, President Water. Tonight, we don't have any of the representatives from our employee organizations present, but we do have Student Board Member Graydon's father here, correct? Mr. Graydon, so I want to welcome you and congratulate you. You must be very, very proud of your daughter. She's going to do an extraordinary job, and we're excited to have her here this evening during this first board meeting.
We are.
That's it.
That's it. And F is usually Students of the Month, but we have none this month. G is public comment on non-agenda items. Trustee Chu, did we receive any public comment on non-agenda items via email?
No public comments on non-agenda items were submitted via email at publiccomment@nvusd.org before 8 a.m. this morning.
Thank you. On H, we'll move on to reports. Let's see, one is Board of Education and Student Board Representative. Let's start with Trustee Student Representative Graydon.
Hi everyone, my name is Riley Graydon and I am a senior attending American Canyon High School, and I have the pleasure of being the Student Board Representative for this school year. Thank you for having me. I've been busy on my campus renewing our Black Student Union, and a couple of my peers and I started last year called Find Your Voice. Find Your Voice is a club whose purpose is to help educate youth, set them up for success, and tailor their individual voices for the future spaces they will occupy. I've also been working with my fellow cheer captains to develop routines and performances for various upcoming school events, such as our annual Blacklight Rally, Wolfie's 14th birthday party, which is a celebration for our school's opening, and our upcoming back to school night. Our school's leadership classes have been busy planning Homecoming, AC's Night Out, which is an amazing event we host every year that is open to all our community that consists of games, food trucks, and amazing performances. Homecoming Spirit Week, National Eat Outside Day, and so many other events. My school's AVID programs are also gearing up for a field trip to Napa Valley College on September 5th. I've also spoken to the board representative alternate, Miroslava de Riza Cifuentes, who is a senior attending Vintage High School. For her first couple of days back to school have been smooth as she's settling back into her routine. For Vintage High School, their homecoming is coming up early, therefore clubs are busy with nominations. They also have Club Rush coming up. For me, school has been going pretty smooth, and I'm excited for the upcoming school year. And that concludes my report.
Thank you.
Go first. All right. Well, good evening, everyone. And first of all, welcome to the diocese here. This is, after all, your school. So super excited to sit alongside of you. And any support that I can do, please let me know, but welcome. This is my official first meeting. I unfortunately was not feeling well last time. But super excited that I actually kind of on my way here as I was rushing, I was excited. I'm like, oh, it feels like my first day of school. Because, and then I think other people who look at us as my fellow board members laugh. It's been just so much work that we've done throughout the years, and to just feel a moment of excitement, even to get back to work, it's true, right? We do what we do because we're very passionate about the education of our students and in supporting our NVUSD family. But I did have that feel of getting back to school, and so that felt pretty good to me. I just been reading up. The summer was very busy for me. I had a 14-year-old niece stay with me for a whole month. So Tia Elba was quite occupied keeping her entertained, going out of town, leaving, going to LA, things like that. And so I'm just really looking forward to getting back to the groove and in my usual keeping to connect at the local level, at the school sites with my peers here and community members in regards to NVUSD. I've been staying in touch mainly via email and just catching up on newsletters. Dr. Massetti's weekly, I don't know if people know this, but we get a robust update every Sunday from Dr. Massetti that is detailed about just many activities that are occurring in the district. And so that's really helpful for me as a trustee to be up to date as to what is happening while I am actually, on vacation or just trying to catch up. So I just appreciate that very much, Dr. Massetti, because I know you are too, having a life and so on. And so for me, it means a lot to me to be able to get those very comprehensive reports from you. It keeps me in tune of what's going on. And in that report, I was just going to comment on how beautiful the NVUSD logo looks like for the Wellness Center. I thought it was really just, when I clicked, I'm like, oh, I wonder what it looks like. And the first reaction was just like, aw, like that feels really nice. So I just want to congratulate you all for that, and just those videos that from the NVUSD team talking about very briefly just their experience. It really truly is a snapshot of what you feel when you meet. Like it did a really good job, because I know marketing and video can make things look like, oh, that's probably looking nicer than what it is. But as I clicked through each one of those, it was really true to what you feel when you meet when you go to the campuses and meet staff. So just really job well done on that. And just, I hope everybody had a wonderful first sort of week of the school year. My niece, the youngest one of our family so far, she's now officially a senior at Napa High. And so I think as the weeks were reaching the start of her year, was just all butterflies in her stomach. Like, I can't believe this is happening. So I'm sure you felt the same thing. So I'm just really excited for her, and just looking forward to a good school year for all of us. We have a lot mapped out. We have a lot of goals to achieve, but we've mapped that out quite well with such a strong team. So I'm just really just excited to be able to be at this place, and just what a privilege and an honor it is to be working with all of you in our focus to helping our students and our MBUSD family. So just off to the good year for all of us. And again, welcome to you, and congratulations also to Miroslava de Reza Cifuentes as the alternate. We look forward to also hearing from her. There's been quite a duo from our student board reps and their alternate these last couple of times. So we look forward to seeing that duo team also being involved here. So just welcome. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Well, I will echo the warm welcome, as I'm sure everyone will down the line. We're very happy to have you here. It's been a nice start to the school year, so welcome back to all, and I hope a little rejuvenation was on everybody's summer schedule. Kicked off back to school by attending the Welcome Back Coffee for all employees. It was nice to see familiar faces and welcome new ones. I participated on a call regarding facilities and work that had been done at Alta Heights, and I attended the Latino Roundtable, where a professor from, Rosanna, was it Sonoma? Sonoma State, discussed the economic climate and highlighted the peril of declining enrollment for schools and its intersection with the lack of affordable housing. And additionally, Senator Dodd once again publicly thanked Dr. Massetti for her dedication and excellence, and applauded all school board trustees, proclaiming they are the hardest working elected officials at the local level. And I agreed.
Trustee Gracia.
All right. So I too will take a moment to welcome our new student board member, Graydon. I'm excited to be working with you for this upcoming school year. I visited Alta Heights to see the new interiors of the updated classrooms. They were looking good. And then on the 12th, I too attended the welcome back reception here at the district auditorium. So other than that, I don't have anything more to report.
Trustee Chu.
Welcome, Riley, to our dais here. I love sharing this space with another American Canyon resident, so really, happy to have you here with us and giving American Canyon another voice, this time from a student perspective. We love that. Since our last meeting, I actually attended the Canyon Oaks PTO Ice Cream Social right before school started, so thank you to Principal Vasquez and PTO President Jamie Hall for inviting me. It's always a pleasure to meet the families, especially the new ones who are joining us for the first time as kindergartners. They have a bright future ahead of them. And I then attended the NVUSD Welcome Back for employees at ACHS on the 13th. And my kids started their next school year, this school year, as a 11th grader, junior, and a 7th grader now. So another couple years to go at the high school, and then we'll start all over again when my younger one gets there. But we're really happy that school kind of started off, and I haven't heard any grumblings from either of them. So I hope that means it's going smoothly. Welcome to 2024-25.
Trustee Weiser.
Thank you. Riley, welcome to the NVUSD board. We're so happy to have you and really looking forward to hearing your contributions and your sharing your student voice and perspective with us. That's so important to us all in the work and the decision making that we do to have student voice be included and amplified. So it's a big responsibility, but I can tell that you're up for it and we're really excited to have you. So I'll echo what everyone else has said, that if there's anything that we can do to support you as you get used to being up here and participating, please don't hesitate to reach out to any of us. I also attended the back to school coffee in American Canyon. I wasn't able to make the one at the district office, but on the 13th I did attend that, and it's always a nice way to see the enthusiasm and the smiles on everyone's faces as they're eager to welcome their students the next day. That was the only board-related activity that I've done since the last meeting, because I am soaking up every possible minute with my two daughters before they leave the nest. So that concludes my report.
Thank you. Well, let's see. On the 12th, I went to the welcome back at the Ed Center right here to all the Napa schools, and it was fun to see people, a lot of familiar faces, and it was sort of poignant for me because actually it was 25 years ago that I rebooted my career as a teacher and started working, for the district. The next day, I went to American Canyon High School, and I had a wonderful time, and Assistant Superintendent Mangwala, American Canyon High School looks wonderful, and I've never seen him so excited. He was running around showing off the paint job. I mean, it was incredible. I was standing there with a hill here and a hill through here, and I thought, whoa, I feel like I live in California or something. This is really great. And then the same day, I met Miroslava, who is our alternate, and she's just as dynamic as you, and I know you'll get along, and it will have a little cross-fertilization there between American Canyon and Napa schools. And on the 14th, I went to Meet Me in the Street, which was the student entrepreneurs. Well, everything was there. I mean, I didn't know what to expect. At one end, the farthest end, of course, were a lot of student entrepreneurs, where I understand Director Manning had managed to hoover up practically everything that was for sale. They were saying, he spent a lot of money, and and I was happy I didn't know how to work Venmo, so that was great. But people said, well, look, you can just take the picture on the phone, and you can send it to us later. Okay, so that's how I did it. And last night, or the other night, I poked my head in at a city council meeting, and I was wondering what that bus was doing outside. Yeah, those are the people who stayed at the end from the Meadows, where they were discussing various sports fields. And today, yesterday, I had my meeting with Dr. Massetti, and here I am today. Happy to be here.
Great work.
Okay. Have board representative reports. Have we had a special education community advisory committee meeting yet?
We have not met.
City of American Canyon liaison representatives?
We have not met.
City of Napa liaison representative?
We have not met.
Town of Yountville liaison representatives?
We have not met.
Okay. And how about next is superintendent and executive staff?
Great. Thank you, President Water. And again, welcome, Student Board Member Graydon. And good evening, NVUSD Board of Trustees, staff, and community. I am very excited tonight to report that we've experienced a very smooth and exciting start of the 24-25 school year. I had the pleasure of visiting my first round of schools with our new Assistant Superintendent of Instructional Services, Dr. Monica Reddy. We are halfway through the sites. We have visited 13 schools so far, and we are scheduled to visit the remaining 13 over the course of the next couple of weeks. I want to thank all of the principals, the office staff, and the teaching staff, the custodians, the kitchen staff, at all of the sites for providing us such a warm welcome during this initial round of visits. The principals and teachers I've connected with over the past 10 days have shared overwhelmingly that this has been the smoothest start since the COVID-19 pandemic, and that NVUSD students seem to be settling into their classes with much more ease, very eager and ready to learn. And I just really love to hear that, because that has really not been the feedback over the last couple of years since COVID. So grateful to feel that kids are settling in with ease. I also want to just take a moment to thank the Napa Valley College and Dr. Torrance Powell, the president of the college, who invited me and other NVUSD staff to participate in what they called their Flex Day. This Flex Day is the kickoff to their staff's new work year. Classes at NVC start on Monday. They go back to school on Monday. And today, Dr. Powell highlighted the emerging strengths of the newly defined NVC and NVUSD partnership during his sort of opening keynote, through our expanded dual enrollment programming and the New Tech High Early College program that I know the board and all of us feel very excited about and proud of. NVUSD staff and students were invited to serve as panelists so that the Napa Valley College staff could learn more about our students and what they need, because so many of our students will become their students in the immediate and near future. So it was a really great cross-collaboration and learning opportunity for both institutions as they make their return back to school. In addition, I wanted to share that Dr. Powell and I have both been invited as a team to serve as speakers at the statewide Career Ladders Conference in Sacramento in February to share about our progress as a TK-12 and community college collaborative partnership. So we're really excited about the attention that the invigorated partnership between us and NVC is getting. I want to thank Dr. Reddy and the team over at NVC that works on the instructional side there. It's through the hard work of our teams, Dr. Powell's team and my team, that we are able to create these excellent opportunities for our students. I love the energy of the partnership, and there really is what I feel a strong mutual commitment, one that I've kind of always dreamed of when it comes to community colleges and TK-12, that's increasing with a lot of intentionality the educational opportunities here in the Valley by ensuring that our students have access to those various career readiness options, whether it's the 2-year degree or a career pathway with certification and or the experience of transferring from NVC to a 4-year college. And I just kind of want to add that I had lunch today with a couple of our teachers that were serving as panelists there, because they invited us to join them for their staff luncheon as well. And it was so great to talk to one of our teachers who's actually providing the dual enrollment college stat class on the Vintage High School campus, and just listening to her about the excitement that our students have when they know that they're experiencing a college course and knowing that they're going to be able to get the credit. It's just amazing to think that we're unlocking these opportunities for our students. So it was just great to be there today. I want to also thank everyone for their support during the employee welcome back events. I wasn't here for the one here in Napa and American Canyon the 2 days before our official start of school, but it is official. I am an empty nester. I had a very successful college drop-off for my son, Maceo, who is a freshman at Tulane and is now living in New Orleans in Louisiana and is far away. Just dealing with all that. But work is a real nice distraction as I think about the empty space that I have in my home, and I'm excited to see him in November. Again, congratulations to everyone for a successful start of the school year. Let's keep shining and smiling as we continue to lean into 24-25. There's also a lot of launching activity and leaning into our new vision, our mission, and our strategic plan, and the excitement is really palpable. So thank you for all of your support and getting us to a successful opening of school, trustees. With that, I'm going to toss to the assistant superintendents and our special guest. We have our director from Human Resources, Elizabeth Gonzalez, who's here. She's going to be providing the report today on behalf of Human Resources. Assistant Superintendent Dana Page is not here because she's doing her college drop-off in San Diego. So a lot of college dropping off happening at the cabinet level. Go ahead, Elizabeth. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Good evening, President Water, Board of Trustees, Student Board, Riley Graydon, and Dr. Massetti. My name's Elizabeth Gonzalez, Director of Human Resources, and I am happy to be here with you this evening while our Assistant Superintendent Dana Page is dropping, like Dr. Massetti said, her daughter off at college this week in San Diego. As the Director of Human Resources, it is my pleasure to share with you what's been happening in HR recently. On Tuesday, with the school year launched, the Human Resources Department took a brief break from the day-to-day business of hiring and retaining and developing our employees to look at the bigger picture, specifically the NVUSD Vision 2040, including our core values. The graduate portrait and also the adult portrait. So we found strong alignment with our work in human resources and the core values identified in the plan. We even did a little arts and crafts, making our own buttons depicting the values that we are committing to practice this year, and so forth, so on. We've also spent time analyzing the adult portrait in detail, and our staff appreciated the clear description of skills, the mindset and behaviors in the adult portrait, and see the potential of using these in human resources to assist with hiring and professional development decisions over the coming years. Lots of connections. Our plan is to continue to revisit the core values and portraits throughout the year and continue to make those connections to our work and purpose in the NVUSD. Regarding our recruiting efforts, our NVUSD careers page is working well for us. We've had nearly a year's worth of data now, and we can see positive trends with our NAS partners. For instance, in our 2024 fourth quarter data, which is the April to June time, we've seen 31% more clicks to apply for our positions when compared against the same time period in 2023. So in terms of also the applicant volume, we see growth in both the visits that are the community, the public is doing to our site, as well as the job views. So, and so as we, and since a picture or a video is worth 1,000 words, we will continue to work closely with communications so that we can continually refresh our career site and our job postings with updated images that both help to engage visitors and tell the story about what it's like to work in our amazing district. And also, speaking of working in our district, we're happy to report that we have 9 new teacher residents this year, and that's the largest cohort we've had since the grant started in 2018. These 9 residents are Sonoma State students who are working to earn their teaching credential with bilingual authorization, and they're doing their coursework and working in the classroom under an assigned mentor all year. They earn a generous stipend from the state, which helps to support them as they work and attend school I can't even say that word, simultaneously. At the end of the year, should the residents complete all their required exams, they can apply for the open positions at our district. Right now, our residents are working at Pueblo Vista, Unidos Middle School, and Napa High. And then lastly, during the 2023-24 school year, we have secured $604,000 of matching funds from the state through the California School Employee Summer Assistance Program. And so during this past summer, 268 of our classified employees received 100% of state match funds of what they've set aside. And thank you, and this concludes my report.
Thank you, Ms. Gonzalez. Thanks for being here and covering for Assistant Superintendent Page. Next, we have Assistant Superintendent Dr. Monica Reddy, who will provide a report on the work happening in the Instructional Support Services Division.
Good evening, President Water, Board of Trustees, Student Board Representative Graydon, Dr. Musetti, and the NVUSD community. As we embark on the 2024-2025 school year, I am delighted to share the positive and energizing start we've experienced across NVUSD. As Dr. Musetti shared, we had the privilege of visiting over half of the schools in our district this past week. These visits were not only inspiring, but also a testament to the dedication and passion that drive our educators and administrators. During our visits, we had the opportunity to meet with our principals and hear firsthand how they launched the year with staff, emphasizing our Vision 2040 and the strategic plan. It was clear that there is a deep commitment to our instructional goals and graduate portrait throughout our campuses. In the classrooms, I witnessed our youngest scholars diligently building routines and engaging in literacy and math activities on the third day of school already. In our secondary classroom, students were busy establishing classroom agreements and building a sense of community. The enthusiasm and engagement of both students and teachers were palpable across campuses, and I have to say I thoroughly enjoyed my dip into the elementary world in this new position. I was amazed by the impact of the upgrades in TK classrooms across the district and modernization of Alta Heights. So our TK students have various stations to engage in learning through different modalities. The modernization of Alta Heights allows students in all grades to have access to flexible seating, allowing for collaboration and interaction in new and exciting ways. The reading nooks, as a former English teacher, are exciting. They're full of books and spaces for students to read at their level in a comfortable setting. I'm excited to visit throughout the year and see how these updated spaces impact student learning and achievement. Thank you to the operations team and school site staff for their hard work over the past few months to bring these new learning spaces to life for our students. A successful launch of the school year is possible in part due to the extensive preparation and professional learning that our staff engaged in over the summer and at the beginning of the school year. Our student services team launched the year with a focus on a comprehensive approach to improving school and district leadership under our new director of student services, Rupi Bhatti, by providing all school site staff training on comprehensive safety plans, the MVOSD district discipline toolkit, and ARIES documentation. The instructional team supported staff with training focused on new curricular resources and instructional practices for learners at various levels. Starting with our youngest learners, we launched the new TK curricular resource, Curiosity Corner. TK teachers received 2 full days of training, getting an overview of all components and the philosophy that underpins this resource, which is designed to support developmental learning opportunities for our 4 and 5-year-olds. Kindergarten teachers received training in providing explicit instruction using the Handwriting Without Tears program, which is known for its effectiveness in teaching handwriting techniques. We're continuing to focus on student outcomes in literacy and math, especially as we launch updated and new curricular resources. In support of our transition to the Bridges 3rd edition curriculum, elementary teachers participated in comprehensive training sessions ensuring a smooth transition to the updated resources. And middle and high school English language arts teachers engaged in their first round of Study Sync training. Not only did our staff engage in professional learning, as Dr. Musetti shared, they also provided it. As we expand our focus on career-aligned real-world learning, our high school staff took center stage at the Napa Valley College Fall Flex Day today, which was shared. That's their professional development day. MVOSD staff participated on 2 panels. First, they shared best practices for supporting high school students in the transition to college. And after lunch, members of the early college staff from both MVC and MVOSD shared strategic approaches to dual enrollment that empower faculty to advocate effectively for student success. I want to thank the NVUSD team for their partnership and ongoing growth as we expand these opportunities for our students as they think about TK14 education. As you can tell, the NVUSD staff are busy ensuring we're ready to support rigorous real-world learning experiences for students in a nurturing environment. I want to express my gratitude to our staff, students, and families for their hard work and dedication to making this school year's launch so successful. The collaboration, enthusiasm, and commitment to excellence that I've witnessed across the district gives me great confidence that the 24-25 school year will be a remarkable one for all, and I look forward to sharing more throughout the year. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Dr. Reddy. And lastly, we'll have Assistant Superintendent Rob Manguala, who oversees business and operational services.
Thank you for the opportunity to update the board and the community. The Director of Enrollment Services, Susan Miller, visited the new Lemos Point apartment complex to gather some more information about the number of families moving into American Canyon. Lemos Point apartments are brand new affordable units. There are a total of 187 units. Almost all of the apartments have been rented, or 95% of the units are occupied. So we are watching this closely. The key point here was determining how many units have been rented and the number of students attending NVUSD schools. So this is a very critical data point for us So as you know, there has not been a lot of building in American Canyon for about the last 5 years or so. And so it's important for us to kind of check our assumptions about the number of units, or the number of teachers, I should say, that will be generated out of a unit. And so you may recall that our demographer used a student generation rate of about 1.0, 0.98 to be exact, meaning that for every unit that's built, we assumed that we would have about 1 unit, or I'd say 1 student, whenever there are low-income housing. And so our data team actually ran a report to determine how many students have an address at Lemos Point. We did determine that there's currently a total of 25 students that live at Lemos Point, which is a student generation rate of about 13%. So it's a shortfall currently of about 87%. So we do need to watch this closely and watch our assumptions going forward. So again, right now, the numbers that we're seeing coming out of American Canyon in the building are the student generation rate is substantially lower than anticipated. So we'll watch this over the course of the year, and then our demographer will also watch this very closely to help determine if we should adjust this rate going forward. The data and assessment team continues to support sites at the launch of the school year. Next week, initial LPAC testing of students whose primary language is not English will begin. Trained LPAC testers are being deployed to school sites to conduct the testing, freeing up site administrators and teachers to focus on continuing to launch the school year. Next week, fall STAR testing window also begins, and we look forward to sharing the results with the board in the future. The technology department's had a very busy couple of weeks working hard to support staff and students as we kick off another exciting school year. We're continuing to roll out our new Wi-Fi system throughout the district and look forward to completing this massive task in the next few weeks. Remember to check your inboxes for the Back to School edition of the Technology Times newsletter, highlighting exciting upcoming training opportunities and other important items from our amazing tech team. This concludes my report.
Thank you, Assistant Superintendent Manguala. President Water, that concludes staff reports tonight.
Thank you. Next, we have H4, Facilities and Bond Program Update.
Hi, everyone. Trustees, Dr. Massetti, President Water. There we go. All right, well, I will start by saying I am neither rested nor rejuvenated. It was a very busy summer. So this is the part in time where we start to kind of regroup from all the things that we've been up to this summer. So I thought we'd take the board through some of the many projects that took place. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about our major summer projects, some other small improvements that happened, and already thinking about summer 2025. So as was mentioned, we did upgrades at TK classrooms at all the elementary schools. The TK classrooms received new furniture, and they also got a refresh on the inside, new flooring, new paint, repairs to casework, and just overall making the room kind of nice and fresh and looking good. So those projects are wrapping up, just working on minor punch list items. All right, the farm is underway, and from this picture here, you can kind of see it sort of taking shape and where the buildings are going to be. So grading has taken place, we're digging out structural footings, and soon we'll be getting ready to pour. In the meantime, we're looking forward to planning for movement from the original site, how we use that space moving forward, and the delivery of the electrical equipment. The switchgear is a big milestone in getting power to the site and things like that. So you can see that's taking place over there by Vintage High School. All right, these are some pictures from the Canyon Oaks Courtyard project. So on the top right there, you can see the renderings, and then you can see those courtyards taking shape there. They're a little further along now than they were when these pictures were taken. And we are happy that we got the delivery of our shade structures. So those will be going in soon, and we'll be wrapping up this project. One of the main goals was not only to spruce up those inner courtyards and make them a little bit more geared toward outdoor learning, but also to give the site more shade. So in addition to these two courtyards, there are also two sizable shade structures for lunch that are going to be going in that courtyard as well. All right, paint at American Canyon. So in that bottom right, you can see what it looked like before, and then you can see how that new paint really pops and kind of freshens up the campus. So really exciting way to start the new school year. We wrapped up the last 3 of the elementary school sites with perimeter fencing, establishing single point entry for those campuses. A couple of the gates are on back order, but they're inside entries, not the main entrances, and they're closed off with temporary gates at the time. So we're all set up for fencing to wrap up in the next couple weeks. All right, my shining star here. I will say the pictures do not do it justice. But there is a little bit of before and after. I especially like those 2 side-by-sides where you can see with the windows and the wires and things like that and what it looks like now. Really, really exciting work at Alta Heights to make everything so fresh and new and ready for the school year. So if you haven't been there, please go take a look. All right, we were also very busy at Browns Valley. Browns Valley has a lot of critical infrastructure needs. So in addition to adding a portable classroom building for TK, we also replaced roofing throughout the campus. And we also did some work on the 8th grade classroom. They were in need desperately of new windows. And while we were there, the pavement was in very, very bad condition, and that was exacerbated by having the equipment running in and out. So because financially we were doing pretty well on the project, we were able to get some paving done there to have a nice level surface for the students. It was really bumpy and kind of a lot of tripping hazards there. All right, we also landed portables at Napa Junction and at Canyon Oaks. As the district continues to expand the services that they provide, there's more dedicated spaces needed for new programs and things like that. So this gives the sites a little bit of breathing room. And here is our list of small projects that also took place or are wrapping up. So along with our delivery of shade structures at Canyon Oaks, we also received our shade structure at Northwood, which will be going in. Vintage High School got 3 underused portables demolished. The portables we moved to new campuses came from underused spaces at Silverado. American Canyon Middle School got some fencing that does kind of a better separation between them and Donaldson now that that space is owned by the district. And in addition to that, we are continuing to move forward with the repairs at Silverado from the storm, and a couple of other items there. So we had a lot going on this summer. All right, so what's next? Right now, we're going around to the different projects. We're finishing up punch list items. We're communicating with the sites, making sure everything's going smoothly and things like that. We will be doing an additional order of TK furniture for special ed and for the additional TK classes that opened last minute so that everybody gets the same stuff. We're going to be doing some small scale and strategic projects over the school year for critical needs, and then planning for summer 2025, believe it or not, already started this week. So, and I think that concludes my report.
Trustees, any questions? Any discussion?
Yes, thank you. I had the pleasure of touring, you gave me a tour of Canyon Oaks when I was there for the ice cream social, and it looks wonderful. And I will have to say that those spaces look so much more open with the current setup. Before, when there were trees and grass, then that was all there was. It did not look this bright and big. So really happy to see that work come to fruition and looking forward to the big reveal. Thank you.
You can thank the Measure A2 voters for that. So
definitely.
Yeah. And I just want to add and take this as an opportunity. Thank you for highlighting the modernization of Alta Heights. I was grateful to hear Dr. Reddy talk about it in terms of impact instructionally in the classrooms. And we have confirmed that there will be a special board meeting there. We confirmed trustee availability on Wednesday, September the 4th at 6 p.m. And that special board meeting will, actually, we're still working on trustee availability. Oh, I may have jumped, did I? You got it. Okay, we are confirming, it's tentative, we are confirming all the trustees' availability. We've cross-checked with the school, and that's a date that will work. So hopefully that will work for all of you. If the 4th is not optimal for the trustees, we'll look for another date in September. But our goal is to have a special board meeting there so that we can ensure that all the trustees see it. We'll give you a presentation on the modernization project in greater detail, and then we'll also provide you with a tour, and any public that attends the special board meeting would also have the opportunity to tour the school at that time. So we definitely want the community to see the possibilities at these aging schools when modernized, the impact that it can have on student learning. So thank you.
I forgot to say thank you to all the sites and the teachers and the flexibility that everyone always gives us during the summer to get the work done. So I forgot to say that in the
No,
presentation.
it's so impressive. When I was at Alta Heights, it's amazing, these simple ideas. I kept raving to people about the desks that you can write on, the white erased desks. What a great idea. And then the bookcases on little wheels, and you turn them around, and there's a whiteboard on the back. A simple idea, but we didn't have them before. This is just great. The students and the teachers are just going to be so happy. You're welcome. Well, that was fun. Okay, now approval of consent agenda. Background information on these items is provided to the board prior to the meeting. A common motion takes action without discussion on roll call vote unless discussion of items is requested by a board member.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, a motion by trustee Gracia, a second by trustee Jankowicz. And let's see, we need a roll call vote.
Student Board Member Graydon,
Aye.
Trustee Water,
Aye.
Trustee Reiser,
Aye.
Trustee Shu,
Aye.
Trustee Gracia,
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz.
Okay, great. I knew this would happen. Okay,
Trustee
Gonzalez Morris. Go ahead.
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Okay, I knew this would happen. I got a new agenda, and I hadn't written down public comments on it. I did not take public comments. Is there anybody out there listening to us online who has a comment, wants to make a comment about this?
There is no public comment.
I'm saved. Thank you. Thank you. Okey dokey. And we do not have any presentations or discussion items. That's J. So we're moving to K, action items. 1, business services. Change order number 1, phase 2 switch project PO with AMS.
Move to approve.
Okay, we've got a motion from trustee Gracia.
I'll second.
Second from trustee Jankowicz. Let's see, how about our student trustee? I'm supposed to ask people to this is not a roll call vote. Is this a roll call vote?
No, not roll.
No, it's not, but, okay, so we've got a motion, we've got a second. Any comments, any public comments?
There is no public comment on this item.
Okay, no public comment. Let's see, student board member?
Aye.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None, and no abstentions. Great. B, agreement with Duryea and Associates.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, a motion from trustee Gracia, a second from trustee Jankowicz. Do we have any public comments?
There is no public comment on this item.
Okay, great. Student trustee?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Okay, unanimous. C, facilities use agreement with Aegis Living in Napa.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, we've got a motion from trustee Gracia, a second from trustee Jankowicz. Do we have any public comments?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank you. Student trustee?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No. And abstention? None. 2, so it's unanimous. 2, instructional services. 2024-25 School Plan for Student Achievement, known as the SPSA Addendum.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
Motion from trustee Gracia, second from trustee Jankowicz. Do we have any public comments?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank you. Student trustee?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? None. Unanimous. B, Memorandum of Understanding with News, Domestic Violence, and Sexual Abuse Services.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, we've got a motion from trustee Gracia, a second from trustee Jankowicz. Are there any public comments?
There is no public comment on this item.
Okay, student trustee?
Aye.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. And abstention? None. Unanimous. C, Target River.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, motion from trustee Gracia, second from trustee Jankowicz. Are there any public comments?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank you. Our student trustee?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? It's unanimous. D, Agreement with Napa Valley Education Foundation for PEI 2024 Middle School Access Program.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion from trustee Gracia, second from trustee Jankowicz. Public comment?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank you. Student trustee?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Abstention? None. Unanimous. Agreement with Napa Valley Education Foundation, MSA Newcomer Pathway Program. Motion from trustee.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion from trustee Gracia, second from trustee Jankowicz. Any public comment?
There is no public comment on this item.
Student trustee?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Abstention? None. It is unanimous. Ratification of agreement with Marin Health.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion from trustee Gracia, second from trustee Jankowicz. Do we have any public comment?
There is no public comment on this item.
Student trustee?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Abstention? None. It's unanimous. G, renewal with Ann Sukoe Hemstreet.
Move to approve.
Motion from trustee Jankowicz.
Second.
Second from trustee Chu. And are there any public comments?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank you. Student trustee?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Thank you. Abstention? Any abstention? No. So it is, let's see. What? 5-1. Because we don't count her. Okay. 5-1. School planning and construction. A, SBC 1.1-25 contract with O. Mahoney and Meyer.
Move to approve.
Thank you. Second? Jankowicz? Okay, thank you. Are there any public comments?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank you. Student trustee?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Unanimous. L, informational. General Services, Curriculum and Student Support Committee. Did we have a meeting?
Nope.
Nothing? Okay. Facilities and Tech Committee.
No meeting.
Finance Committee, that's coming up. Policy Committee. Next week coming up. Thank you. 2, Human Resources. We have the quarterly report on Williams uniform complaints.
And there were none, which is
Any
great.
any public comment on that?
There is no public comment on this item.
Okay, great. And M is additional suggestions and comments from board members and superintendent. Any comments? I have one. Last week, in fact, I believe it was a week ago today, Joseph Gray Peatman, attorney in Napa and former director of the Gasser Foundation, died. And he was a friend to a lot of people, and certainly, people who were unhoused had reason to be grateful to him and the Gasser Foundation. And he also gave a lot of scholarships to students from the Napa Valley Unified School District. And he did a lot of private charity, too. And, I think the community is going to miss him. And future agenda items. So, I'll let you make the motion.
Move to adjourn?
Second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? don't know, I want to hang out here for a while. I haven't seen some of you all summer. Okay, we're adjourned.